Regarding the question of whether or not Ripple requires XRP to be pricey, users of the cryptocurrency have strong viewpoints. This video is all about the specific topic of whether or not Ripple's products would increase the value of XRP and cause its price to increase by a significant amount on account of the increase in value. Ladies and gentlemen, in this video, I will not only discuss this particular subject with you, but I will also demonstrate how Ripple responds to this question. I hope you enjoy this video. In this video, which you might not be familiar with, I will present it to you. The document provides an explanation of how Ripple's products will increase the value of XRP and the amount of value that XRP must maintain in order for their products to function as intended. This is a movie that you can't afford to miss. On the other hand, I would also like to discuss the macro world just before the film comes to a close. For this wild bull market to actually occur in 2024, it will be necessary for there to be a macro condition that is favorable for cryptocurrencies. This is something that I have been stating for some time now. As a matter of fact, we picked up some really fascinating information on that. Stay tuned for the conclusion of the movie, where we will discuss this topic in further detail. Prior to beginning this movie, I would want to briefly inform you about the significant loss that the ESEC has lately experienced. Because of this, I believe that this will very clearly demonstrate to you how ridiculous the stance on cryptocurrency is. The CC is collapsing right in front of our very eyes, and we can watch it happening. A letter was actually sent out earlier today by Hester Peirce and the other Republican chair of the Securities and Exchange Commission CC that blamed the SEC for having poor regulations regarding cryptocurrency. I would like to present you with this piece written by Hester Peirce since it makes it very evident that the coin company is not giving false information when it asserts that registration is not possible. It has been asserted by a few individuals that the Bitcoin industry is creating difficulties out of thin air. However, this assertion is not accurate. This will completely demonstrate to you how ridiculous the SEC show has been. The information that Hester Peirce and the other Republican chair put out there is going to be presented to you. Shapeshift is a Bitcoin firm that attempted to register with the Securities and Exchange Commission CC, as you may already be aware. In an effort to demonstrate how ridiculous the SEC's registration procedure is, Hester Peirce posted this exchange on the internet. It is partially fictitious, but for the most part accurate. Greetings, Shapeshift greets you. My goal is to earn a living as a dealer. The SEC is curious as to the reason. The assets that SizeShift wants to deal with could potentially be regarded as stocks by the Securities and Exchange Commission CC in the future, according to SizeShift. This is the question that the SEC asks. Shapeshift responds that I'm not sure because I don't really understand what criteria you use to decide if a token is still a security in the secondary market in investment contracts. If this is the case, it is essential to determine whether or not purchasing stocks is equivalent to participating in a token offering. According to the Securities and Exchange Commission SEC, you are not permitted to sign up if you are unsure whether or not you are a stock dealer. You are unable to register if any of the objects you are dealing with are not securities. This is in addition to the previous point. Would you be able to assist Shapeshift in determining which assets might be considered securities? The SEC does not exist. This DAO report from 2017 should be reviewed before you decide to do anything else. This will assist you in comprehending. In addition, if you so like, you are free to examine the actions that we are doing to enforce the law. Shapeshift is quoted as saying, I read that, and I read about your actions to enforce the law. My curiosity is still piqued by a great deal of information. The SEC recommends that you retain legal representation. My claim was submitted to Shapeshift. An important question that remains unanswered is what the attorney does not yet understand about the concept of security. I am sorry to say that we are unable to assist you any further than we have already done. No, we do not provide legal advice. It appears that Hester Peirce and the other Republican head of the SEC are the ones responsible for setting up the trade. On the other hand, they are discussing the conversations that take place whenever a single Bitcoin company attempts to sign up. Bitcoin companies are saying, hey, let's sign up, and they are right. According to the guidelines, let's proceed. There is a statement made by the SEC. That seems like an excellent idea. Is there anything that you would like to register? I have no idea which ones they put to the list. That brings an end to the conversation. This is something that I have made an effort to be truthful about on my show from the very beginning. The Securities and Exchange Commission CC is intentionally making it difficult to register cryptocurrencies in the United States because all of your products are considered to be securities. In order to make it difficult for any of these organizations to operate a Bitcoin business, the Securities and Exchange Commission SEC is not going to assist any of them with the registration procedure. The Securities and Exchange Commission does not have the authority to prohibit coinage. When it comes to rules, however, they have the ability to be unreasonable. These business models are rendered difficult as a consequence of backdoor legislation, which brings the industry in the United States to the verge of being considered unlawful. By doing things that they shouldn't be doing, the Securities and Exchange Commission is managing to circumvent their actual power. If I were to make the rules for traffic and then say that from this point forward, your vehicle is required to adhere to the rules for air traffic, then it would be the same thing. Without a doubt, you would not be able to accomplish that. Moreover, as a consequence of this, you were unable to operate your vehicle on the road, which rendered it unlawful. Have I just reminded you that it is against the law to drive? I have just informed you that your vehicle needs to perform an action that is extremely difficult to accomplish. As a result of this, the Securities and Exchange Commission is not an effective referee. Not long ago, two chairs of the Securities and Exchange Commission (CC) voiced their opposition to the CSC's strategy regarding cryptocurrencies. In light of the fact that I thought this encounter to be quite fascinating, I would like to proceed to the next scene in the film and show you the one I was discussing before. There are a few individuals who are employed at Ripple who have expressed their belief that their products would increase the value of XRP. I believe that the XRP community does not usually give this sufficient recognition, which is why I decided to play it for you. The 24 Hours Crypto team also shared this information, so make sure that you are following him. A few months ago, I had a conversation with Miguel Villa, who is the head of XRP markets for Ripple. He explained that he offers high-quality materials, so it is important to pay attention to how much they price and how much they can safely carry. Ripple's cryptocurrency, XRP, has been under discussion. According to him, the market needed to be worth a great deal more before he could approach financial institutions with the idea of convincing them to utilize this as a vehicle for on-demand liquidity. A significant increase is required in both the number of partners and the quantity of agreements that are being conducted. In the event that it is merely being utilized for communication, what does this imply with regard to the pricing in comparison to utilization at the retail level or speculation level? Will there be an increase in the price? There will be instances in which the price will increase. To tell you the truth, I'm not entirely sure. The value of Ethereum or Bitcoin is something I do not fully understand. That will increase by 7 o'clock today. Aside from momentum, what other factors could be contributing to this? To this day, there is no use case. It is my opinion that shopping was a significant contributor to the early popularity of Bitcoin. However, that did not turn out to be successful. There is a significant surge in the number of people who have it. This asset class is currently experiencing what could be described as a perfect storm, as exchange-traded funds, ETFs, have been granted approval, and some of the most prominent names in asset management have entered the market with the desire to take risks. It will only be held by them. As a result, the sole utility for Bitcoin at this time is as a means of preserving value, and I believe that will manage to keep up. This was discovered by them in some fashion. It is possible that this will continue to occur in the years to come as well. The actual story with XRP, however, is that it is a straightforward indicator of demand. To be more accurate, the market capitalization needs to be significantly increased. If XRP is going to become a significant component of the financial system, it must be able to manage trades that involve institutional investors and involve dollar sums that are in the trillions. If I were to talk about the $10 trillion that we deal with every night, it would appear to be a lot less significant now. This sum of money is around $30 billion. Please accept my apologies. $25 billion worth of goods and services are exchanged between USDT and USST every 24 hours. Compared to what we accomplish on a daily basis, that is approximately 400 times less. It is possible